The 1990s was a very big decade for me. A lot of events went on in my life, lots of stuff. And I had my trusty little camcorder with me. This is the camcorder I got in the 1980s. It's JVC VHS-C camcorder. 1990, Linda and I were just beginning our relationship. We're starting to get close, and we were friends with the Cooper family. And Mrs. Cooper was kind of playing matchmaker for us. And they had a nice timeshare down in Florida, Marco Island. And they invited Linda and myself to come along with them, with their family, and with their daughter, Carol. We saw some of the other sites down there. We went down to the Everglades and went for a little boat ride down there.
Uh-oh, he's turning tail.
You wouldn't want to fall in, actually.
We give swimming lessons here also with 100% success rate.
Here we are in the Everglades, right? The sound, we can talk, you know.
Well, they can't hear it from here.
The microphone's right there.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Woo! A raccoon!
Usually for an alligator, it's hard to break them, but if you work with them long enough, handle them properly, you can do it. Again, when we're just starting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We also went to Key Largo and had a boat ride in Key Largo. This was for snorkeling.
Okay, Linda, look this way. Wave to the camera. Say something.
Hi, we're going snorkeling today. Beautiful day.
Yes.
Sticking our toes before they get burnt.
Yeah, seeing our feet. Okay, I don't know if I'm getting both of us in the shot or not.
That probably did.
Taking a picture of the storm.
Hi, guys. Yeah.
And now we're just going to look at some of the things that we did while we were at Marco Island.
Triking on the waves.
Yeah, very exhausting. I'm out of breath. We were going to take the jet ski, but they wouldn't let the three of us take turns, only one. So this is what we're stuck with. Okay, we're going to ram. Oh!
Ramming speed.
Took off our sunglasses so you can see us a little better now. Okay, here we are walking on the beach on Marco Island, our last morning before heading north.
It's been a great time here. The best vacation.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun.
(1991). Now, Linda is from Washington State, and she has relatives out there, and she wanted me to see it, and so we planned this big trip out there, rented a car, and Linda brought her tent, camp stove, and other gear for camping, and so we drove around Washington State and Oregon, and at night we would mostly camp at campsites or stay at some of her relatives' homes. And one of the first places we visited in Washington was Hurricane Ridge in the Olympic Peninsula. We were joined by Linda's sister Carol, and we saw lots of nice things there, lots of beautiful scenery, and we fed the deer, which you're not supposed to do.
View from our table.
We are. Does Linda know how to do that?
Yeah, Linda could take some shots of. All right, what are you going to do with that snow? Ow!
Yeah.
Mountains behind us, mountains in front of us.
It's amazing. Those terrible profiles, are you?
Those what?
Those terrible profiles with a long nose.
No. They're nice profiles. Stop. Come here.
Later on the road in the Olympic Peninsula, we'd stopped and saw the sunset.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
We want to get to see the sunset.
The sunset. Is that
Hey, look. See?
over there? Oh yeah, I think I can see it. 2 rocks too.
The next stop was at the Olympic National Park. We went for a hike in the rainforest.
We're about to enter the rainforest here, and hopefully we'll find our way out. Are you going to eat them? No. Why would you put salt on them?
That kills him. We did that as evil children.
Ooh, he looks so icky.
Good.
I made it!
All right.
Oh, we made it.
We made it.
Record Ridge. Yes, it was a terrible thing.
We all got to take a shower real bad right now.
Then we took the ferry boat across Puget Sound to Seattle. And we also went up to the Space Needle, the first time I ever had been there.
And I was walking against the way it was moving. That was really hard.
We're going to go to the Space Needle later on tonight for dinner.
Well, look at it.
It's pretty large when you're close to it. Pretty big. Ooh, it's pretty far up there.
We'll be going up to the 500-foot restaurant level and onto the 520-foot observation deck level. Overall height is 605 feet, and hill is the tallest hill.
This skyline of Seattle. And a little further down here, that's the ferry boat. That's the ferry boat.
We also went for a trip to Mount Rainier and camped near the mountain. And Linda's niece and some of her great nieces came along with us. And you'll see in the video, one of her great nieces, Amanda, helped us with our air mattress. And that little girl now is a grown woman with 2 children of her own.
Here we are at our campsite near Mount Rainier, and we put up the tent. And we've got someone working on the air mattresses right now. We've got a little assistance here. You want to say something?
Yeah.
Are you doing a good job on those air mattresses?
Yeah.
Are you tired yet?
No.
You also are going to see me hiking along near Mount Rainier in the background with a little girl on my back, and that little girl, Julie, is also a grown woman with a child of her own.
How you doing back there?
Thai tacos, they were sweet.
All right, now, the sun isn't too good here, but you can see that behind me is the mountain, Mount Rainier, and I think you'll see little Julie behind me too. We're heading right towards Mount Rainier.
And while we were out there, we went to Mount St. Helens. Now, this was probably about 11 years after the volcano erupted. But you'll see from the video, 11 years later, the area was still totally devastated. On that trip, we were accompanied by Linda's sister, Nancy.
That's it. That is the mountain. Okay. St. Helens right there. Okay, here we are hiking along. We're heading towards a view that's supposed to be good. You're supposed to be able to see the crater and the lava dome, and also Spirit Lake. Should be there in a little while. This is a pretty good view. I hope it's coming out all right. Really close. That's the crater, Mount St. Helens, and I think the lava dome is supposed to be visible. I think that might be it right there. Look at this lake here. It's solid, almost solid wood. Logs. Spirit Lake. Look at that. Amazing. Flattened. Yeah, you can see the top of it was flattened.
He wasn't in there, was he?
Next, we drove down to Oregon, and we were accompanied by Linda's sisters, Nancy and Carol. Seaside, Oregon, and this is the end of the Lewis and Clark Trail here. There's the rest of my crew here. And we had a little fun on the bumper cars. The next stop was one of Linda's favorite places to go as a child, Cannon Beach. And when we got there, we found this statue of a nautical figure that Linda seemed to like very much. Okay, we're now at Cannon Beach. Linda has found a new friend, someone she likes better than me, it looked like, right here at Cannon Beach. We've gone back to Cannon Beach many times over the years, but 20 years after that trip, we stopped by there, and that nautical figure was still there. As you can see by this video that was made 20 years later. Linda seemed to still like him very much. There you go, and then we'll compare this to the 20-year-old video and see how it compares. And now, back to 1991. That is called Haystack Rock, for obvious reasons.
He's scared.
You scared?
So pretty scared.
Gotta get out of here before the tide comes in, or I'll get stuck. I can find my way. Here we are in Oregon, and the sun is out, amazingly enough. Yesterday it was very cloudy and overcast all day long, and cold too. And today it's warm. Lake Tipsu is next, and that's the place where I decided to pop the question. Walking in mid-July on snow. Whoa! I nearly slipped. Going up to the river here. It's got ice on it.
That's not a river.
I mean the lake. Okay, I hope this is running here. Here we are, Linda and me.
We're at Tipsu.
By Tipsu Lake. And I got a very important question to ask Linda that I'm going to record here.
No.
Linda. Will you marry me?
Well.
Well, yes, she said it. She said, well, yes. Now move it a little bit so it sparkles. There it is. Oh, that was a nice sparkle. That's it. It's official. We are engaged. 1992. As you see, Linda did say yes to the question, so we wanted to get married. And as I've said, a lot of Linda's family is out there in Washington State, so we decided to have the wedding in the Seattle area. And we had the reception, actually had the reception in the Space Needle itself.
It gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. David L. Herring, David and Linda.
Now, as long as we were on the west coast for our wedding, we decided to keep going west for the honeymoon and headed for Hawaii. Hawaii is one of my favorite places. Thanks to Uncle Sam, I was stationed there many years ago in the Army. But this time we went to 3 islands. The first stop was Maui, and you'll see a little bit of what we did on Maui. We had a very nice room with a nice view, and we went to a very nice luau. View out of our room on Maui. This is the Maui Intercontinental Resort at Wailea. There's our little patio out here. That's part of Maui over there, that mountain over there. Tonight's luau, having some strawberry colada. There's mine. Very delicious. No alcohol, of course.
Even here. Now the sand was placed on top to make sure no oxygen enters the cooking process, and thereby there is no flame all day.
Not anymore.
And as you can see, Linda really enjoyed the food at that luau. It was very good. The next stop on our island hopping adventure.
Well, here we are, Linda, and Dave, on the island of Hawaii, the big island. Behind us is Akaka Falls. Is that
It's a big one, look at that.
Akaka Falls.
Okay, here we go.
Here we are. Top is coming down. And we're taking off. Linda is driving, so I can take some pictures. What are we going for? Here we are. This is the resort, Waikoloa. See that mountain in the distance there. They call it an oasis in the brochure, and now we see why. Literally, it is an oasis. We are in the middle of a lava desert here around here.
The final stop on our honeymoon tour, the island of Kauai, which turned out to be my favorite island. And we did a lot of things there, a lot of things to do. We went for a nice boat ride on the river. There's a river there. I think it's the only island with a navigable river. To see the Fern Grotto. And since we visited the Fern Grotto, at the time you could actually go into the Fern Grotto. As you'll see, we went right up inside of it. But I believe there's been a hurricane since then, and they don't let people inside the grotto anymore.
We're in the Fern Grotto.
This is the Hawaiian wedding song. So we're getting married all over again. Hawaiian style.
Driven up to Wailua Falls. Whoops. Almost fell. This supposedly was used, this Twin Falls was used in the opening of Fantasy Island.
And of course, we took a helicopter ride over the Waimea Canyon and southern Nepali coast. our final activity on Kauai was a very nice sunset cruise on the catamaran. Hello. You comfortable there?
Yes. The sunset has a bit of orange in it, see that? Yeah. It's getting oranger. Just a little shiver.
A little shiver.
Ooh, it's a little cool out here. Yeah.
So we very much enjoyed our Hawaiian honeymoon. We actually went back there again 20 years later in 2012, and that video is on YouTube from our trip then. We think we didn't go to the Big Island, but we went to Maui and to Kauai, and we also visited Pearl Harbor. So that will conclude the first 3 years of the 90s in my life on my vlog here. And there's plenty more to come. 93, we went to Nova Scotia. Linda's sister, Mary Ellen, got married up there. Let's see what we did in 94. We did a number of things, visited various places. And in 95, we got our kittens, our little kittens, came to live with us, and I've got a lot of nice video of those kittens. And later on, we went to Germany, Austria, and an Alaska cruise. So there's a lot of things to come. So anyway, that concludes this edition of my 40-year vlog. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if any comments or questions. I would appreciate seeing them. So we'll see you again soon.